What's up guys, Rob here and welcome to new Football Manager 2021 series on the channel. In this series we're going to be taking charge of Norwich and aiming to return them to the Premier League. They're obviously relegated at the end of last season, so we'll be looking to take them back to the Premier League this season and build towards winning the Premier League and the Champions League in the future. So in today's episode we're going to take a look at the first look at the club and all the squad and the players that are still there. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So here we go, we've officially taken over as manager. Just taking a look at the recent history of the club. As you can see, relegated in the 2020, promoted the season before, sort of up and down between the two leagues over a number of years. So we're hoping to get this going in the right direction and stay in this Premier League for a few years. As you can see at the moment, key player for us, Buendia, very good player, well-rounded attacking midfielder. Looks like he's got a lot of potential as well. Still only 23 years old as well. And our hot prospect, Albert Bennett. He looks like he could be quite useful. 15 years old, good on the wing. See if he can come on as a good player for us. Grant Hanley as captain. Solid all-round centre-back. Played a lot of games in the Premier League already in his career. Elsewhere, if we go and have a look at the finances, you can see decent overall balance. Club's in a reasonable spot at the moment with £5 million of transfer budget, not the end of the world. Only £10,000 of wage budget spare though, so we might have to look at getting rid of some players to free up some room in that. In terms of club vision, the club want us to play possession football, develop players using the club's youth system, and sign players under the age of 21 for the future. All of those not too bad to do really. The main one will be developing the youth system over a period of time. In terms of competitions, they want us to win promotion at the first attempt, reach the FA Cup fourth round and reach a third round of the Carabao Cup. Again, all fairly doable. Promotion hopefully as champions is our aim. And then from there, the next season they want us to stay in the Premier League before my contract expires, so we've got to get it sorted before then. In terms of the squad, if we take a look at what we've got, in terms of potential, we've got some good young players. We've got Max Aarons in. He's an excellent fullback. On the radar of some big clubs in real life. And then you've got Skip in on loan from Tottenham. Buendia. Placheta, who's a young winger. He's a good player as well. And then we've got some other youngsters. Todd Cantwell, Kieran Dowell in there as well. Bit of experience in Zimmerman, Hernandez and Gibson. Gibson in on loan for the season. Looks like a very solid centre-back. And then we go down, we've got some other senior players in Pookie and Krul. Kenny McLean, Stiepermann, Vrancic, all good players. Hugill, who's played in the Premier League for West Ham. All the way down to McGovern, who's an international goalkeeper. So the squad looks reasonably good. There's some good players there. Quite a few senior players when you look at it though. Some of these guys we need to be looking at replacements in the next couple of years. In terms of value, Buendia is the most valuable player. A few other reasonable values there. Krul's still worth 10 million at 32 years old. In terms of wages, Ben Gibson in on loan, 28,000 a week. Closer is up there as well. And contracts expiring, we've got a fair few contracts expire this year. Obviously there's 3 loan deals that expire. Tetty, McGovern and Vrancic are all expiring as well, so we need to look at whether we want to keep them on for the next seasons or not. But yeah, that's the team for now. So the next section we're going to take a look at, we're going to go into club info and look at our facilities here. So we're playing at Carrow Road, 27,000 seats, good capacity, good stadium. Looking down at things like youth facilities, which are obviously going to be important for our objectives. Excellent youth facilities, great training facilities. Youth level 1 as well, which is also important for attracting good players. Our youth recruitment needs some work though, so that's something we'll be looking at early on, and same with the academy coaching. We need to improve that to get our younger players coming through. In terms of tactics, initially we're looking at, this is what the coach has suggested to us to start with. There's a lot of potential in this team, so we'll be looking to shuffle some things about, possibly play a slightly different system. But looking at the squad we've got a lot of good attacking midfielders, not many quality strikers, so it's probably going to be one striker up front with a lot of players in behind here, possibly with Buendia and Cantwell in a little bit more central in these sort of positions. We've got a couple of good defensive midfielders in Skip and Tetty as well. McLean can do a job in there. Steeperman again, another good attacking midfielder. So we've got plenty of options in terms of what we do with this team going forwards. The transfer budget allows us to bring a little bit in, but it might be a case of we need to move a couple of players on first. So we'll have a look at that and see what we need to do during pre-season. In terms of the schedule, we've got pre-season up until the start of September, and then we've got some cup games leading into the championship season with Huddersfield away at the start of the season, and then we're going all the way through, finishing with Barnsley away on the last day of the season in May. So hopefully we won't have to worry too much about those games. We'd like to be promoted before then, so we'll see how we get on. In terms of other competitions, we've got the FA Cup. We obviously enter in the third round, so we're a long way away from entering that. And Carabao Cup, we'll find out who we get quite soon for that as well. In terms of staff and coaches, we've got a lot of space to improve the coaches, so we'll be looking to add another 4 or 5 coaches in there, try and get our training improved. Recruitment, we've got a lot of staff in there already in terms of scouts, so we might have to look at sort of bringing that down a little bit. And the physio department, we've got a lot of staff again for this level, very good both in physio and sports science for this level, so that should be alright. In terms of the under 23s and the youth teams, we've got some players with some good potential, a few of them out on loan this season. Some of them will be looking to bring the first team squad straight away. Ida looks like a very good young player, 19 years old, good finishing, good physicals, so it looks like he'll be coming into the first team squad. And some of these guys have all played football in first team football in real life as well. People like Josh Martin's got a lot of potential, so we'll be bringing him in to have a look certainly during pre-season. In terms of the under 18s, again, some players with potential. Albert Bennett, again, they listed as our key player, so we'll be having a look at him early on as well. He looks like he could be a good player for us. There's some other players in here that might come through, but in general, we're going to need to look at recruiting some good youngsters for future youth teams. So that's about it for this episode. We've covered a lot there, looking at things like the club facilities and everything. So yeah, it's a brief overview of what we're working with and what the plans are moving forwards. And with that said, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all next time.